Most days, I'm my own biggest critic. I'm really my only critic. I don't really have people who talk down on me or, you know, criticize, you know. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, criticize, because that's what a critic does. People don't really tell me, that they're disappointed in me or that I'm not as far as I should be in life or whatever. The people in my life keep their thoughts and opinions to themselves most times, mostly all the time. Nobody really, my parents and whoever else I might come across and talk to, they don't really say anything. They just, at least I like to think that they're just happy I'm functioning or as close to it as I can be. But I love to criticize myself. I love to get down on myself and make myself feel bad and criticize that I'm not as far as I feel like I should be, or I don't have the things that I thought I would at this point in life, or whatever. It's kind of a back and forth between, you know, the surprise that I even am here at this point in my life, that I even made it this far in my life, and between that I didn't make it far enough yet, and that I have failed at being who I want to be or where I want to be or whatever. But today's different. Today's different. Today I feel different. I'm not upset at myself today. See a dolphin over there. I'm not I'm not too bad today, or I'm not too hard on myself today. I'm not sure why I feel so different today. And it's not very common that I feel this way. That I don't know if I would say I'm happy with myself, but I'm not disappointed. I'm not down in the dumps or whatever. I can't think of a better word or better phrasing. And I'd like to hold on to this feeling for as long as I can, because as much as I criticize myself, and I don't know if feeling bad for myself is the right way to say it, but I am disappointed in myself, we'll go with. As often as I am, and as much as I am, I don't really take into account, oh, I really am just, okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. I need to take a step back and realize, like, it's okay to not be where you think you're gonna be, or who you thought you were gonna be. I mean, for a long time in my life, I didn't think I would even make it this far, you know? I kind of always knew somewhere in the back of my head that I had no sort of ambition or no sort of, honestly, no real desire to grow up and to live a life in general. But here I am, living, breathing, surviving more than anything. And I'm proud of that. Proud of myself for sticking it out this long, and for at least trying to do something, to go somewhere, you know? Like I said, I never really had any sort of ambitions or dreams or goals or whatever. It was, I just kind of existed, and then I kind of planned at a certain point when things got too, I guess, real. Things got too real, too hard, whatever. I would just kind of go, you know? Nothing special, nothing exciting. I would just go, either disappear into the world, and I don't know, that I just wouldn't be here, you know? I wouldn't exist anymore was the plan. And then I grew up and I realized that that's not a very good plan. It's not very Nice is not the right word, but just not a good plan, you know? It's depressing to say the least, for sure. But I guess I never gave up. You know, I feel like I've hit a lot of points in my life where I feel like I have given up, or I've reached a point where I feel like I should give up, and I just kind of keep going out of spite, maybe, or out of the fear of hurting my mom or something. Like, I really don't know what driving factor has kept me going this long through all the misery and all the pain and all the hardships and all the times that I have just felt so miserable or so worthless or so just pointless, not contributing anything, not benefiting anybody. I've felt so often do I feel like I am just a burden on everyone around me because I feel so worthless. And as much as I say today's different, that feeling hasn't really gone anywhere. I do constantly feel like I am just a burden on the people around me, and that I'm not incapable of doing things on my own. I'm very, very self-sufficient, self-contained, but there are a handful of things that I just don't feel like I can do alone, I guess. I don't think that's really the right wording. It's more physical things, I feel like. Like, I can't drive. That makes me feel like a burden, that I have to have people take me places whenever I need to go somewhere. If I can't walk there, I have to have somebody to take me, because I never learned how to ride a bike when I was a kid. Granted, there's nothing stopping me from learning now. I never learned how to drive a car, and again, there's nothing stopping me from learning now other than my own anxiety and whatever else is wrong inside my head. But I don't know. I don't know. I kind of always just had this feeling in the back of my head ever since a kid in like elementary school, or like probably like third grade, when it all really started to hit me, when the realities of life started to hit me, and I kind of just knew I didn't belong where I was in school and in life as a whole. I just never felt like I belonged anywhere. And that feeling persisted through my entire life. Always felt this kind of lack of belonging, this sense of I don't fit in wherever I go, you know? It's not like I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's not like I didn't have people that made me feel welcomed. I've had friends all through my life, not tons of them, but I've not been lonely forever. That's more recent years that I don't really have anybody. But yet, no matter how many friends I have, or people I know, or places I go and things I do, I've never felt like I was where I should be. You know? At school, I always just felt like I was not meant for that kind of a place, that kind of a institution, I guess, which is why I never went to college. But then when I had to start working and I had to start making money to survive and help my mom survive, I felt even more out of place, and every time I think about this or I talk about this, I feel like I'm just a really lazy person. Like, I feel like here I am complaining, oh, I don't want to go to work. I don't feel like I belong or whatever. And I really wish it was just that simple, that I'm just a lazy person. But it's this ache in the back of my head, in the pit of my stomach, that just tells me, like, this isn't who you are. This isn't where you're supposed to be. This isn't who you're supposed to be. I don't know who that is. I know who it's not, you know? And I guess that turns into this self-criticizing of, you know, you can't be nobody, but you don't know where you belong, and you're too afraid to put yourself in new places to try to find some sense of belonging. You're too afraid to try new things, to try, you know, getting out there and living. I'd rather be comforting, or I'd rather stay where it's comfortable in my misery than to go somewhere that I feel I don't belong, which is really silly because nobody wants to be miserable. It's miserable, but it's comforting because it's what I've known for so long. It's who I've been for so long. It's where I've been for so long that it's hard to want to change that or to feel like it's worth changing that, you know? If I'm miserable, unemployed, and able to just stay home all day and do nothing, that makes me miserable. I'm miserable at my last job, and the job before that. I was miserable in school. Why would I keep going to new places when I feel like I'm just going to be miserable everywhere I go? You know? What's the point in trying new things if I feel like it's just going to be the same thing, same feelings with a new coat of paint or a new building or a new, you know, whatever. But that's just a what's the word? Defeating mindset. A negative, I mean, it's very negative, obviously, but it somewhat becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of if I constantly am telling myself that it's not worth it and it's not going to change, then why try? I'm never going to try, you know? I'd like to change that. I'd like to be able to just go out and do stuff and try things and, you know, go work as a bartender for a couple weeks and see if I like it. And if I don't, no harm, no foul. But my brain doesn't let me think that way. My brain tells me that if I'm going to go get a job, it needs to be something that's going to progress me forward in life. It's got to be something that's going to benefit me and help me get out of this place I feel like I'm stuck in, or whatever the case is, you know? But it doesn't have to be that way, you know? Life is not all about making progress. Granted, it kind of feels like it sometimes. I think that's my biggest issue is I feel like I have to be making progress. I have to be working towards some goal or some dream or some idea or something, and I'm not, and I don't. And I'm okay with that. At least today, I'm okay with that. Life is long. I've been alive for 22 years, and granted, for a good portion of that, I'm a kid and I don't know things and I am not fully aware of the realities of the world and whatever. But even if I only live to be 40, another 20 years, that's a long time. 20 years is a long time to figure out where I want to go and who I want to be, you know? And as much as I feel this need to get somewhere, be somebody before then, there's really no reason to. There's no, I guess there's a benefit to it. The faster you figure things out, the more you have time to enjoy it or whatever. But why not just enjoy the time it takes to get there? Why must I constantly beat down on myself and wallow in this misery of I'm not where I want to be, I'm not gonna get where I want to be, whatever. Just feel bad about it. Just make it harder for myself to even want to try when I feel like I'm not gonna even if I do. constantly very self-defeating, very uh just bad. Just bad all around. Bad mindset. But today's different. Like I keep saying, today I feel differently. Today I'm okay with my lack of progress and my uncertainty of the future because it's it's gonna happen eventually, one day or another. I'll get where I want to be some way, somehow, purely based on the stubbornness that got me this far. I didn't think I would make it this far, and yet here I am. I'm happier than I ever thought I would be for a long time. I'm in a much better place now than I ever thought I would be, and that's kind of crazy to me because things are far from perfect in my life. My living situation is less than ideal. Granted, that's a perspective thing. There are some great benefits to my current living situation. I don't have to pay rent. I don't have to like really do anything. Like I'm okay to just be worthless. And that's probably the best gift I could have ever asked for from anybody. It's this, there's not much, if any, sort of pressure on me other than the pressure I put on myself. You know, nobody is waking me up talking about when you're gonna get a job today, or what jobs have you been applying for, or anything of the sort. It's just you're alive. That's good, you know, and that's wonderful for me because I am constantly just stressing myself out, feeling like I'm not doing enough, I'm not working hard enough, I'm not going anywhere, I'm not whatever. I'm just constantly criticizing myself and beating down on myself, and it doesn't help you get any better if you just keep hurting yourself, you know? If you keep going down this path that I seem to be obsessed with, doesn't wait a minute. Didn't work the way I wanted it to. That, yeah, good enough. Okay, whatever. I just I want to be okay with myself. I want to just, like I said before, I want to be proud of myself that I made it this far, even if it's not as far as I thought it should be, or as thought, uh, not where I wanted to be, or where I thought I could be, or whatever. I'm just happy I made it here, and who knows where we're going, you know? Life is just a mystery. It's a long, long, long mystery. You never know what's to come. You can only try so hard to go where you want to. Things are not guaranteed in this world. Life isn't even guaranteed in this world. I could be dead tomorrow. Would I be happy about it? I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to say yes. I'd like to say I'm happy with what I've achieved in this world. Granted, it's not much, but it's enough for me. I think that's all that really should matter is, are you, you know, doesn't matter if you feel like I do and you feel like you're not in a place that you should be, or you're not doing good enough, or whatever. You're here, you're breathing, you're living, you're trying. That's all that matters, you know? Doesn't matter how far you go. Doesn't matter if you're living your dream life or your dream job or whatever. Doesn't matter. All that matters is that you're alive, you're trying, you're doing your best, even if it doesn't feel like it. My best is probably somebody's bad day, and that's okay. it's not a competition. It's not a race. It's your life to live. Nobody can live it for you, and nobody should tell you how to live it or tell you that you're not good enough or anything. And I know it doesn't mean a whole lot from some random stranger on the internet, but the sooner that we can all realize it, I think the better off we'll all be. Because I can say it a million times, it doesn't mean I'm going to believe it, but I'm going to keep telling myself until one day I do believe it. And one day I will feel like I'm good enough, and my good enough is good enough. You know? Doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be what you dreamed of. Just has to be good enough. Just have to try. Try your best. And don't let anybody take that away from you. Don't let anybody discredit you for that. Doesn't matter at the end of the day. At the end of the day, all that matters is that you're alive. You're trying. At least I think. I don't think success is really that important. Granted, I want to be successful because I want to be, well, I don't know. I don't know why do I want to be successful? What really will change? If I had $1 million right now, would I be any happier? That's a stupid question. I'd be a lot happier if I had $1 million right now, but anybody would be. Well, I guess anybody in my position would be, because money is a big issue, but it's not my only issue. Money's not going to take away all my problems. It might make them easier. You know, if I had money to go to therapy and whatever, maybe I'd be better off, but at the end of the day, the root of my problems come from my brain, not from my situation. And I am accepting of that, or I'm trying to be accepting of that. I'm trying to accept the fact that, you know, I don't have to be successful to be happy, and I don't have to be anything to be happy. I can just be happy to be me. It's kind of a foreign concept to me, but I'm trying. I'm trying my best because I'm tired of being disappointed in myself and feeling like I am worthless. And even if I am worthless, who cares? Who cares? I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I don't have to give anybody anything. My worth is measured by myself. The only person who can say how worthy I am or how important I am or whatever is me. I'm not doing it for anyone else. I'm not living my life for anybody else, you know? It's my life. It's my time to grow and learn and just do whatever I can and whatever I want to do. You know, just the same as anybody else. It's we are all living in our own worlds. Nobody can take that away from you. I mean, except for like if they kill you or something, you know, obviously take away your life, takes away your world. But you get my point though, is we're all just living for ourselves, or at least we should be. Your success should not be measured by the ideas of somebody else. You know, just because your parents wanted you to be better or do better, whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, shit, I grew up a long time, my dad constantly telling me that I should be a lawyer, that I should go to law school, that I should join the speech and debate club, but that's not me. That's never who I was, and that's okay. That's fine, because it's not his life to live, and as much as I appreciate the idea and the support and the belief in me to be somebody like that, you know, it's not who I am. It's not who I'm meant to be, at least not right now. And that's okay. It has to be okay. Nobody can tell me it's not okay because it's my life to live. At the end of the day, when my head hits the pillow, it's just me and my thoughts. Nobody else. Nobody to, when I'm lying on my deathbed, running through all the memories of my life, it's me that lived it. Nobody else, you know? So why should I be disappointed in my lack of progress or my lack of success? You know, I'll get there one day or another. I'll find my way. I'll figure it out. Just like you. Just like everybody will. We're all gonna be okay. Can't tell you when. It might be a lot longer than you want it to be. It might take a while. One day, we'll get there. We'll all be alright. We'll figure ourselves out. Go where we feel that we belong. The place that we feel we deserve, or whatever you feel, really. Maybe it's completely different than me. But don't be like me and beat yourself down and feel like you're not good enough. You are more than enough. You're more than good enough. Because you're you. And that's all that matters, is that you're you. Don't ever lose yourself trying to be successful or get the career that your parents always wanted you to have, or whatever it is. Don't lose yourself trying to be somebody. Just be you and be okay with that, because as I will keep repeating until one day I can believe it, it's all that matters, is that you're you, because you're you. Nobody else can be you. Nobody else will ever be you. I know it's cliche and probably overstated so many times, but it doesn't matter how many times I've heard it. It's something you gotta find within yourself, I guess. Or, I don't know. I just, I'm happy today. I'm happy today, and I feel like I shouldn't be. But I'm gonna shut that part of my brain up. I'm gonna say, why shouldn't I be happy? Why should I sit here and tell myself I don't deserve to be happy because I'm unemployed or whatever? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. If I'm happy, I'm happy. And tomorrow might be different. I might be sad tomorrow. And if I am, that's okay. Doesn't matter. I am free to feel whatever I feel. I'm justified in whatever feelings I have, and nobody can take that away from me. Or at least I do everything I can not to let anyone take that away from me. Hopefully, if you struggle with the same kind of issues that I do, you can realize that too. And you can be okay with not being okay, and be okay with whatever is going on. It'll pass. Good and bad, all things come to an end, and there will always be another. Good and bad. It doesn't matter. You take it on the chin, and you keep going. And one day, it's all gonna be worth it. I promise. Or, I hope, I guess. But I truly believe in the words that I speak. I truly believe one day we're all gonna be alright. We're all gonna make it wherever we want to go. We all have our own hopes and dreams, and maybe mine are a little clouded and a little mixed around in my emotions, but I'll figure it out one day. I'll figure out who I want to be. I remember at one point in my life I wanted to be a Disney character at Disney World, like dressing up in like a Mickey Mouse costume or something. That used to be my dream. That was my dream job when I was in like 4th grade. I wanted to move to wherever Disney World is, Florida or something, and I wanted to be a mascot, and I wanted to just stand around in the beaming hot sun in a big fur suit all day long to make people happy. That was my dream for a long time. And then I grew up and learned the realities of working and jobs and money and, standing around in the sun in a mascot costume all day still sounds awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I still totally would do that, but like, I don't think it's gonna pay the bills like I need it to. And also, I can't really just up and move to Florida or California or wherever to go wear a mascot costume. And I don't even know if you need to go to school for that, like clown school or something, Like there's more realities to it than there needs to be, but who cares? Who cares about the reality? You know what? I'm gonna change my mind. Maybe I am just gonna up and move to Florida or California or wherever and go to clown school and learn how to be a mascot and, spend the rest of my days just hugging people and signing fake autographs and spreading joy and happiness and love. That's what I want to do. That's my dream. I want to make people happy. I want to spread joy and love and whatever, you know. So I'm going to do that somehow, some way, someday. I'm going to get there. And hopefully, whatever your dreams may be, whatever ambitions that you may have, no matter how big or small, no matter how. What the hell is that? How did that get here? Why is that here? Is this normal? Maybe? Whatever. Okay, I guess. Yeah, okay. What was I saying? Whatever your dreams, goals, ambitions may be, you're gonna get there one day. That's all you can do. Take it one day at a time. Doesn't matter if you feel like they're outrageous or too ambitious or too big. You'll get there. You'll get there. It might not be tomorrow. It might take some time. But at the end of the day, that's really all we have is time. We're all here living as long as we can, as best as we can. All we have is time. And the time's gonna pass anyways. So you might as well use it trying to do something that you believe in or do something that you dream of or whatever. Shit. That's what I'm doing here right now. Facing some sort of dream, some sort of idea, some sort of hope or whatever. And maybe it feels a little slow. Maybe you're hoping for a big change within the next day or the next week or whatever. I'm sad to say that that's just not realistic. Even though I'm here preaching about screw the realism, chase your dreams, I still stand by that. I still stand by that. Screw the realism, screw the dream, or not screw the dreams, chase the dreams, screw the realities of it. If you are hoping that it's going to change tomorrow, keep hoping. Hold on to that hope. Hold on to that belief. Because one day, maybe it will. One day you're going to wake up and everything will be different. Don't let that go. Don't let that dwindle. Even if it feels unrealistic. No matter the dream, no matter the ambition, the drive, the chase, whatever you want to call it, hold on to it. Cherish it. Don't let anybody tell you it's not worth it or it's not possible or it's just a stupid idea or whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how stupid. If that's what you want, you're gonna get it. One day or another. One day at a time. Just gotta try. You just gotta keep trying. And I'm gonna keep telling myself that until I can not have to think about believing it and just believe it instead. Just gonna keep repeating it till one day it clicks. One day, one day, one day, one day it'll all work out. Just gotta try. Just gotta keep going. Keep surviving. Keep trying. You'll get there. sound like a broken record, but I don't know what else I can say about it, you know? You just have to believe. At least that's what I've been told a million times before. So I'm gonna. And I hope you will too. Just believe, trust in the process, or whatever they like to say. Trying not to sound super cliche and stereotypical, but I can't deny that it's pretty good advice, you know? It's it's a good mindset. It's a good way to think about things. And I am in desperate need of a good mindset because, as I love to repeat, I am my own biggest critic. I am constantly down on myself, constantly my own worst enemy. That's just how it is. This was a mistake. All right. That's just how it is, you know? I'd rather be my own worst enemy than, like, my family, you know? Cutting ties with the people that raised me because they don't believe in me or something. That would suck. But, you know what? I'd rather be alone and believe in myself than be surrounded by people who don't believe in me. Which is like nothing to do at all with what I was saying about being my own worst enemy, but the whole point is that I'm trying not to be my own worst enemy anymore. I'm trying to believe in myself, trying very hard to trust in the process and have faith that whatever I'm doing with my life is the right thing. I mean, it has to be, right? How could it be the wrong thing? If I'm doing it, how could I be wrong? Trust in yourself. Believe in yourself, you know? Doesn't matter what English. It doesn't matter what other people think. Doesn't matter what other people say. It's your life. You live it however you see fit, good or bad. If you're doing it, it's got to be good in some way, some shape. It just has to be. It's science or something. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares, dude? Screw reality. As far as I'm concerned, we probably live in a simulation. So, you know, chase that stupid dream that nobody believes in. Make that little garage band with your friends and do what makes you happy. Adopt 20 cats and start an animal shelter in your basement. Who cares? Who cares, dude? It's your life. Do what you want. Do whatever you see fit and just be okay with it. Or at least try your best. Try your best. You know, it's it's easy to doubt yourself. It's hard to love, but you gotta try. If not for me, or I mean, if not for you, then do it out of spite. Do it out of spite for all those people that don't believe in you. Prove them wrong. Or just do it for me, because I believe in you. I don't know you. You don't know me, but I believe in you. I think you could be as successful in whatever endeavor you take on as you want to be, just like anybody else. Doesn't matter if it's some thing you have to study for or just, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I will always believe in you. I will always support you. I'll always have your back. And you can come back to this video and listen to me say that as many times as you want to. I will. I promise you. You have my full-fledged support just as much as I have yours. And that's all that matters. That's all that matters, you know? If you're having a hard time believing in yourself, just remember that I believe in you. That's what gets me through these days lately when I'm down in the dumps and hard on myself. I have this wonderful little community that I've built of tons of people that believe in me for some strange reason. And I'm not going to let you guys down, you know? So just like I'm doing every day here, chase that dream, Do whatever makes your heart pump, whatever makes your blood boil, but in a good way, not like an angry way. But you know, whatever gets you out of bed in the morning, chase that dream, chase that idea, chase that ambition. It doesn't matter if it seems stupid or nobody believes in you. I know I'm repeating myself again, but genuinely, truthfully, honestly, just do it. Just go. Do whatever. It does not matter at the end of the day. Everybody you know is gonna die someday, and you're gonna die too. So who cares? Who cares? Live it up while you're here. We only have one life. We only have one planet. And as far as I know, our planet's on the fast track to death with global warming and the animals are leaving and like, so who cares, man? Just go live. Just go do something that makes you, unless you're gonna like go pollute the world and like your ambition is to build like a nuclear reactor or something, then like don't do that. Like save the planet if you can, but like you get the point. Just live. Do what makes you happy and be happy about it. Or try, you know? Because I'm happy today. And that's not normal for me. So I want to spread that. And I want everybody else that comes across this video to be happy too. As best as you can. Because sometimes something so simple like being happy can be one of the most challenging tasks in the world. That was terrifying. Dude, get me out of here. I just want diamonds, man. Just want diamonds. Anyway. Getting distracted. Bro. Somebody's gonna have to do a creeper count. If you've watched this far, do a creeper count for me, because I'm going crazy, man. This is too many. Too many. Too many. But, alright. I don't want to keep repeating myself forever. Just be happy. Do what makes you happy. Chase that dream. Live your life to the fullest. Don't let anybody tell you other. Yo! We did it, boys. Anyways, live your life to the fullest. Do what makes you happy. Don't care what anybody else says. Doesn't matter if they're friends or family. It's your life. Live it as you see fit. Please. For yourself. Really. Genuinely. For you. For your own sanity. Because you're gonna go crazy trying to live a life that's not meant for you. I have, for many years, I've ignored the ache in my stomach telling me that I'm not who I am, or I'm not who I'm meant to be, or I'm not where I'm supposed to be, or whatever. But today I'm happy. Today I'm doing the right thing, whatever that may be. Whatever I do today is good enough, and nobody can tell me it's not. I won't let them. I won't listen to them. I've always been stubborn, always been hard-headed. So why is this any different, you know? I say you know a lot. For a guy that doesn't have any answers, I sure do say you know a lot. Good lord. Okay. On that note, thanks for listening, watching, being here, existing. Thank you for existing. Just as simple as that. Thank you for being alive. And especially thank you for listening to this stupid video, watching this, whatever. I appreciate it more than I can express. I love you. Have a great rest of your day.